It's the unspoken battles, the quiet pain, and the little choices we overlook every day that slowly harm us the most. These are the things we never talk about. Join us today as we enjoy in this topic.
Anasema tunaingia the third session, si ndio? Good. Okay. Welcome back, and I have some of your comments. So we have Teresia saying she's tuned in from Matangi. The show is amazing. Joy amesema Ruiru tuko locked in, and I have a question from Dennis from Moranga. So Dennis anasema I deal with a lot of mental health issues, but mostly is because I have the pressure to become successful at a young age, and I feel like many young people go through the same thing. So how can I deal with it? So let's start from there. So people have the pressure to become successful and rich at a young age, and this can bring mental health problems. So how do you think someone can deal with such issues?
I think thank you, Dennis, for that question first.
Yes.
And I think one of the important things to just understand is that already you're on that journey of dealing with that challenge, because one, you're aware that you have that challenge. Awareness is key, because you can't fight demons that you don't know or you don't understand.
Yes.
So if you know that the thing that is causing you mental health challenges is the pressure to become successful at a very young age, then you just need to slow down, pause. Pause for a while, understand that maybe things are not the way you want them to be, and just reflect on the progress you're making. What we help people in therapy is at times even to just start by evaluating where you are right now, in terms of your mental health, in terms of your physical health, spiritual health, financial health, all these dimensions. You start by understanding presently, where are you presently? So from there, then you know what you can do. Then we start that journey of deciding what journey or what path do we want to take? What goals do I have in life? So if I know that I have the goal of just being successful, what do I want to be successful in? It's not just success. What do I want to achieve? If it's money, I want to say, by 5 years to come, I want to have like 20 million in my account. That's a goal. It's not pressure. It's just a goal. The thing I just have to do is to break down that goal and understand how am I going to get down to that 5 or 20 billion in 5 years. What am I doing that can help me to get there? What also am I doing that will not help me to get there, that is derailing me? So there is no pressure, it's just goal setting. And I'll tell Dennis, sometimes we have to have those goals. The goal of being successful is not a pressure. It's just a goal. And it's an understandable goal. Everyone wants to be successful. Even I want to be successful. And now when I start reevaluating, and that's why we encourage therapy or sitting down with a professional, because you can be able to dissect your thoughts, start planning from a very early age or stage, start knowing what do I need to change, what do I need to work on. And then when you see all that, because you're working from a point, you're working from a point in the future. When you see all the steps that need to be taken, then you can start taking things slow. Then you can know, first I have to achieve this. If it's education that will come first, that will help me get to a certain point, then I do education. If it's a business, I start small. Do I have a focus? I might be saying that I want to be successful, na naanza biz, natengeneza dhao ama 500 kwa siku na kula yote mandazi, then I'm still hoping to be successful. That won't work. But if I'm getting 500 and I know that I can save 200, 300, that's a start for today. Tomorrow I might be saving 10,000. The other day I might save 100,000, depending on how my business goes and how I reinvest in my business. And that eventually will get me there. So there is an issue in our society, and so many people have seen and who have come through my sessions come and someone is hooked to drugs na bado wako na pressure ya kuwa successful.
Yeah.
Unapata mtu ni anaenda kumedi venye atakuwa successful.
Yeah.
Hafanyi chenye inafaa.
Yeah.
But once you sit down with a professional, you can be able to reconstruct all that.
Yeah.
And be able to start analyzing what I need to do, what I can do, and also that the biggest thing is living in the present, bringing your mind to the present so that you can focus on the present, which will build that future you want. Yeah, so Dennis, I know you represent a whole lot of crowd and stuff.
Yes.
You're on the right track. Being successful is the right mindset. But the means and the way to get there are what we work on and what we need to consider and look at length.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we've talked about setting realistic goals.
Yes.
And we've talked about setting realistic goals towards what we want to achieve. But you know, family plays a major role in kukupe your pressure. You know, there's this stereotype that as a firstborn you need to be successful. You can even help your parents with kulipia wengine school fees or setting the example. So how do you think families can like manage or how they can handle young people? Because we find pressure mingi inatoka from wazazi, not actually the person being having the pressure to be successful at a young age. It's the family that's pushing you. You know, you're the firstborn. You need to set an example. You need to be successful. So how can these families change their point of view towards how their kids should be successful, or how they should be successful in their lives?
Yeah. Thank you for that. There is the context of having something we call SMART goals.
Yes.
Your goals must be specific. They must be measurable.
Yes.
They must be attainable, realistic, and then also time bound. They must have some time limits and time boundaries. Families, there is a lot of pressure in that. And there's something we mentioned even before, that our families might be that way because of things they themselves are going through.
Yes.
Your dad and mom are not mentally healthy as you would think they are.
Yeah.
They are not perfect.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's the context.
Yeah.
They are going through their own issues. They are going through their own hardships. They also want to be successful.
Yeah.
Na wewe bado uko hapo unataka kuwa successful. So it's a point of understanding that there is no perfection in the family unit.
Yes.
So what happens when you know there is no perfection in the family unit? Then you hustle for your own mental health first.
Yeah.
Because when you hustle for your own mental health, you'll be able to deal with whatever is around you.
Yeah.
We say that sometimes mental health helps us to gain shock absorbers. You have shock absorbers. And these shock absorbers, what they do, they help me go or navigate through these roads in a very self-aware way. Let's say, for example, my dad was brought up in an abusive family.
Yeah.
My mom was brought up in a family where endurance was the point of the day.
Yeah. Vumilia kupigwa.
Vumilia.
Yeah.
Then your dad is that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that when it comes to you, there are any difference. They might be abusive to you emotionally. They might be even if not physically. They don't know how to handle emotions.
Yes.
They don't know how to listen. They know how to tell.
Yeah.
So when I'm going to therapy, I will come to that point of realization that these people are not perfect. And they might be passing even generational traumas to me. And with that realization, I can be able to stand up for myself, not in a way that I'll be going to confront them, because I understand they might not even understand what I'm saying or what I'm trying to express. Just in the light of having somewhere where I can go vent, have realistic ways of handling situations, know when I need to listen to what, because it's not all conversations that I need to take in everything. I don't have to listen to everything you're telling me. Even in this conversation, I will tell someone, pick what you like.
Speak what you like.
Yeah, leave the rest. The rest is my opinion. You don't have to always go with my opinion. And when you come to that point of understanding, you'll be able to even see your family for what it is.
Yes.
And through your own mental health championing, you can be able to even help them navigate their own struggles. So the conversation will be very real. And the conversation will ensure that you as a person set your own boundaries, that you can be able to express yourself even in difficult conversations. You can be able to know when to talk, when not to talk. You can be able to know, in this situation, let me just get out of here first, go, calm down, take a walk, then come back to this situation when it's appropriate. Because this, it's not only you. Because one of the things that has really affected our mental health is the context of not considering the people around you. It's the context of me wanting to maybe all the time have my way. And I'm not understanding that even the people around me, my neighbors, my friends, my family, they're all going through their own mental health challenges. If I get to a point where I look at it from that perspective, then I can be very accommodative and I can grow at a personal level, a personal level that can also influence others to grow because they see how I'm handling my own situations and battles. And I can share this openly with them. I can help them also to seek help where it's necessary. Yes.
And today we're talking about silent battles. So how do you think, as young people, we face a lot of mental health issues, but you mentioned something very important. Our parents are also not okay. How do you think we can break the barriers and foster open conversations for mental health for even our parents, for our guardians, people who we live with back at home? How can we create a safe space for them to also be vulnerable and talk about what they're going through?
One is leading the way.
Yes.
That's the most important context.
Yes.
Because it's not always that people will be able to get it. It's not always. But if people see you doing well and handling things well, you have had sometimes in context, even maybe among friends or something, someone will tell you, hey, manze unakwanga tu umetulia yani. Unaona? Such things are things that can help people understand, because if we embrace mental health awareness ourselves, then even our talk will be more concrete in terms of helping people understand there is a need for this. Because I'll be responding to things or cues in ways that will challenge other people to see this person, there is something different in this person. So once that happens, you'll be able to even let people know that, hey, me, what has helped me is counseling. What has helped me is therapy. What has helped me is this and this. And in those talks and in those conversations, that's where people start thinking, maybe I also need to embrace these things. Also, you become a champion because every time you're going through a healing process, it's there is a ripple effect in the place. When I'm getting well, there's a ripple effect to the people around me. So things start, people start seeing the difference. People seeing how you're dealing with your own thoughts, your own challenges, and that can help people embrace. The other thing is just talking about it openly. Talking about it not in a judgmental way. It's not in a way that I'm saying I'm better than you guys because I'm going to therapy. You might not be doing the right thing. And if therapy is making you be more self-centered or more egoistic, it's not good therapy. Yeah, therapy helps you to be very accommodative, considerate, tolerant with people, but also it helps you to set a lot of good boundaries. You can be able to communicate what you want or how you feel. You express yourself with some originality that is not forced in different ways. So if we can talk about it openly, then the conversation will start. Then people will embrace it because stigma comes from the silence. because I can't talk openly, so the stigma continues, you see. For some, it's just lack of awareness.
Yeah.
There are people who have never heard of something like counseling
Counseling.
or psychology in
Like,
any
it's a waste
context.
of money.
Yeah, some don't even know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone to schools where I would ambia watu I'm a counselor and they're like, hey,
What's that?
what's a counselor? You see, for others it's that bias, that it's expensive, it's for the rich, it's all that. And then there is another very big context of people who don't value the profession. So there are people who will think of counseling as just talking. Ati naambia mtu I want to go see a counselor, anakuza unaenda kulipa mtu muongee tu.
Unaenda kulipa mtu mwingine.
So there are those cultural beliefs. But there is a growing awareness that is coming in, especially with even you people in the media embracing such. Yesterday I was in an article in the Nation newspaper, and I was talking about battling the man up taboo or something, and the issue of people don't cry, men don't cry.
Men don't cry.
And I said I cry myself. I cry.
Yeah.
And it's liberating.
Yes.
I don't cry in front of people. I try to hide it. Yeah, but I encourage men to cry, to find people they can trust.
Yes.
This and even us as professionals coming out to talk about it,
Yes.
we can help. We are helping to beat the stigma and the silence. Yes.
Okay, that's amazing. So we've talked about how we, being an example, leading, you yourself, you know how to deal with mental health, and by leading, people will also be comfortable to talk about it. But we have people who can't talk about their issues at all. They suppress their issues internally. That's their coping mechanism. Some people who create this shield. I cannot talk about what I'm going through. So how can you deal with someone who's ataki kuongea kabisa about their issues? That person is like, you know what, I'll just ignore them until they're gone, you know, act like it's not there. So how can you deal with such a person? As a friend or as a family member, how can you deal with that person?
Okay. What you're talking about is something we call ego defense mechanism.
Yeah.
One of those things is something called repression.
Yes.
So repression as an ego defense mechanism ensures that someone doesn't talk about things, or they repress them so hard that they themselves want to forget them. The mind is battling to forget all this stuff.
Yes.
But the fact remains that these things are still deep down within us. And one of the things that we assess for someone to be open to talking, it's not forcing them to talk. It's not coercing them or trying to bribe them into talking.
Yes.
One of the things is just reinforcing the safe spaces. What I've found to work at some context, if these people are willing to, they're not violent, they're not against being talked to, getting them into spaces where people are opening up tends to ease them up as time goes. So if they can get into those spaces where they hear people sharing about their silent battles, people talking out about whatever they have been going through.
People sharing their personal experiences towards healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they do that repeatedly, even if they are not talking. Eventually, they'll come to realize, because some of us in this society are faced with an issue I like to term as a context of terminal uniqueness. But I think I'm so unique, hakuna